What's up, you guys? My name is Wolf, and welcome back to another Kingdom Hearts 3 Reminded trailer. This one is called State of Play. So, before I continue on, here's a little bit of background information. For those of you who don't know, I tried recording a video like this around last week, but it turned out, and I didn't know this until until after uploading the video, but apparently the trailers that I did see, because I actually saw two trailers from, two different channels, the trailer itself was actually leaked. Hey, I'm not joking. Somebody actually leaked out the trailer before its official release date. He states, how this happened, I don't know. But as a result, I removed the video, from it. For two reasons. One, I didn't want to get copyrighted, as I have already had that problem numerous times, especially when recording Batman. And two, I generally wasn't really happy with the video itself because I was in a rush because I had some stuff to do that day, and so I was a little bit worried about time. So I was kind of stumbling over myself, and I didn't like it. I thought I was just this is terrible. You know what? Fuck it. We're gonna scrap it and redo it. So, for this video, it's not gonna be a reaction action. It's more of gonna be a prediction/analysis trailer. So, basically, what we're gonna be doing is that first, like what we usually do, is that we're gonna play the trailer first. If you were one of the lucky souls who didn't see the trailer because you didn't want any spoilers, we're gonna first play the trailer, and then afterwards we're gonna go back through and scene by scene to sort of piece together on stuff like what could this mean for the game, and mean for the DLC, what is this gonna mean, and the whole 9 yards. And yeah, that's pretty much what we're gonna do. So, without further ado, let's get started.
But if we still remember him, then he must still be with us.
But we've been searching everywhere for Sora, and we haven't found a single clue.
So, this is the fear and despair that Aqua feels.
Seeing that you have also taken the forbidden path, you too must be ready to make the ultimate sacrifice.
Right.
If this box is truly as important as you say, why now?
Hey, I thought you'd be gone by now.
You're the organization.
Everyone always told me to just follow my heart. But follow my heart. Hearts are all connected. Trace the connection.
It's so pretty.
Roxas, shield! Get what's ours!
Are you sure about this?
Yes. But don't worry. I'm not alone this time.
You yourself will vanish from this world, and without your powers, you can't return to the world you came from.
I've been
having these weird thoughts lately.
Is any of this for real? Or not?
Nice. January 23rd, 2020. Pre-orders start today. Yeah! Nice. PlayStation. Okay, so that is now the official trailer. I'm excited for this now. So now we have a general idea of the release date. So January 23rd, okay? So we'll mark that in the calendar is that when it comes out, Kingdom Hearts 3 Let's Plays shall return to the channel. But nice! So, again, I'm sorry that there's no, like, reaction part of this bit, but it would have been fake, and I don't want to do that to you guys. Anyway, guys, we want to be genuine on this channel. But anyways, that is pretty interesting with seeing of, like, what we got here. And here definitely provides much more information on like what we're going to be seeing for the DLC coming out. Yeah, like much more than the other trailers. And that's what I've kind of noticed about like with trailers like these is that, especially with KH trailers, I found like they first start off in like Japanese, but then when trailers start coming out in English, I guess in a way that sort of tells us that like that the game is either almost done or is already complete, and like all we have to do is wait. So anyway, I'm excited. Now then, to the analysis and prediction part. So let us go back straight forward to the beginning, about here. So we get the return. So right off the bat, we get the return of iconic Final Fantasy characters. Aerith, Yuffie, and Leon. This was something that a whole bunch of people were not happy with when KH3 was first released. Because it lacked like the Final Fantasy characters. I think there are a couple of reasons behind this. Either Square Enix was planning ahead of time to have them included in like the DLC, as sort of a way of like waiting for the DLC to release, or because since they're working on Final Fantasy VII remake, they technically couldn't put them in the KH universe this time. If that makes sense. That makes sense. Like, because since they're technically already being made in the other game, they couldn't be in KH. Either way, it would kind of make sense. It would make sense of why they were in the original game. But for the looks of things, they're still like their original selves in the KH universe of the Hollow Bastion, or I guess we would call this the Radiant Garden Restoration Community. So, and with cutscenes like these, like, hang on, let's go back to what Riku said.
For Sora.
Wait, no, that is not it.
But we've been searching everywhere for Sora, and
we've been searching everywhere for Sora. So that must mean that this is taking place right after the main game. So I think this is telling us that these new cutscenes are going to be showing us the bonus episode. Like, this could be from a different character's perspective. This could be, like, the gang's perspective, like, after the main story. And trying to figure out, like, what happened to Sora. Because, it's like, for those of you who don't know, at the end of the game, like, after like, defeating Xehanort and returning home, everyone goes back, but Sora, basically made like a Thanos snap and disappears. And we don't know why. So maybe this bonus episode is going to be revolving around of like, the gang is trying to find out exactly what happened to Sora and bring him back home. So go ahead and play it and continue on. And with something like this, of Sora in Ven's Station of Awakening, and then it changes. Okay, this looks like that. I forgot what it was called, but it was like that secret boss. I fought like months ago. Dark Inferno was what it was called? I don't know, I forgot the name of it, but this basically looks like this boss, except different colors. And this, of like, all these like, anti-aquas, and it looks like a storm of anti-aquas. An idea that I think this might be is that this could be an alternate take on, at the point in the game, also my head is kind of shedding a little bit, whoops. But at one point in the game, like, the character, like, the team sort of, quote-unquote, dies, and Sora needs to, like, help them, like, get them back home, and sort of, like, goes back in time a little bit to prevent their deaths. I'm thinking that this might be an alternate take on that. Like, instead of maybe going to the previous worlds you've been to and fighting Heartless, and eventually confronting, like, this boss, I think it was called the Lich. It was like a Grim Reaper that was taking their hearts, and after defeating him, their hearts would return back. This might be an alternate take for where, instead of going to previous worlds and fighting them, and like fighting Heartless, Sora is fighting like their darkness, especially Terranort and the Guardian.
You too must be ready to make the ultimate sacrifice.
Ooh, and this little scene of like seeing the team fighting these guys. And these guys. Again, this could be from like their perspective in the bonus episode, or maybe this could be like sort of a new scene that that I remember in the game. There's at one point for the team, everybody except for Sora, Donald, and Goofy, all, I think their aim was to go like and like contain Kingdom Hearts. So like when they arrive here, so does the Darknesses, and they basically now need to team up and sort of prevent them from corrupting Kingdom Hearts, all the way until Sora needs help.
If this box is truly as important as you say, why now?
Ooh. If the box is truly as important as you say, why now? So with that cutscene, that looks like it's going to be one of the additional cutscenes that they've been talking about for like the main story. And as Luxord says is true, why wait until now? That was a huge complaint that I kind of had with the game, is that we didn't find out what the box was. Like this mysterious black box that Lucia was given, and then towards the end of, what do we call? Oh yeah, X-Back cover. X-Back cover, like the X-Series. We never knew exactly what was inside the box. We just knew that it was something super huge, and apparently it was basically like Pandora's box, where you can never open it. I think a reason why it wasn't really introduced, we like didn't learn what was inside it by the end of the game, is because it's like such a huge thing that it needs to set up for future games. Like, imagine Spider-Man PS4. According to Insomniac, they did have ideas of including the iconic black suit symbiote Spider-Man. For they were gonna have like the black suit, and they did acknowledge that like it's such an iconic bit, and it even included Venom as like an Easter egg towards the end of it. However, the reason why they didn't include the black suit is because Venom would be such a huge arc that instead of a DLC, it would feel like more proper to have it as like a separate game. So like setting it up for their next game that they're developing. I think that the black box is a similar thing, for where the box itself is like such a huge thing. They can't just include it into like something small as a DLC. They would need to include it for like the next arc they're planning on for the KH series. Since KH3 is the conclusion of the Xehanort saga, then that means the black box is setting it up for the next saga. I don't know if they've officially given it a name yet, but I do know it's gonna be that so far it looks like it's gonna be having it reverse of like 7 black pieces and maybe 13 light pieces. I'm not entirely certain, but the box itself definitely should be something that's so big it needs to be in a whole different game all on its own.
Hey, I thought
And it looks like we get another additional cutscene with Demyx, the most useless member in Organization 13.
The organization.
And this. So, I was given clarification that this is actually supposed to be the data bosses, not, it's part of the bonus episode. Which does make sense, especially now that I look at this. But, Jesus fucking Christ, this is a fucking nightmare of what this is. Because, look at these bosses. It looks like you're keeping up to, like, how the original data bosses went in KH2, of having it be the same enemies, but, increases them 10 times in their power, and basically making them so OP. You'll practically need to max out your character and your weapons just to survive. Especially at this bullshit. So I am planning that when the DLC comes out, I am not doing this on critical mode, because if the normal mode makes me want to rip my hair out, imagine what this is gonna do. This is what it's gonna do.
Everyone always told me to just follow my heart, but follow my heart.
And we finally get, like, a Riku Station of Awakening. This looks cool. This looks cool. Cool. So, with his Station of Awakening, he's got, like, Ansem, Mickey, and then Naminé. This makes sense of, like, why these people would be a part of Riku's hearts, because, in a way, they are important to Riku. But admittedly, I'm a little surprised that not even Kairi and Sora are in his station. In his station. It's a little bit interesting. And again, I think this is gonna be showing us, like, of Sora using the power of awakening. Yeah, I said that right. The power of awakening to help, like, our friends get back to their old selves. So this might be showing us the process behind that.
Hearts are all connected. Trace the connection.
And this looks like, again, this could be part of, like, the bonus episode. Because I remember in the last trailer, Sora found, Sora went off to go find Kairi. And bring her back. And Charity sort of warned him that, like, it's gonna be harder to do than the others. So this might be showing, like, the ending, that Sora did find Kairi and brought her back.
It's so pretty.
And this is what I've been waiting for. When they first announced that they were doing another character into the game, I was so hoping that we would get to play as Kairi, because Kairi is the only character, we've never played as in a KH game. Like, if you look back at the games, we have played as Sora, Riku, Terra, Aqua, Ventus, Roxas. Those are, like, the main characters we've played as, and it's in, like, some of the main games. And if you played, like, 358 over 2 days in the multiplayer section, you can play as, like, the organization, like, all the members of Organization 13. You can also do as, like, Shion, Axel, Mickey. You can even play as Donald and Goofy in those games. But we've never played as Kairi before. So we've never gotten a chance to experience, like, what would her sort of gameplay mechanics be like? So this is now finally showing us of what it's gonna be like. Oh, I now just thought of it. At first I thought this was gonna be like us exploring Scala and Kylam before the final battle. But maybe this is now taking place in the bonus episode, because if you look down here, the health bars for Donald and Goofy, they're not here. So this is showing that Sora's on his own. So this could be, again, of, like, starting up of the bonus episode of, like, where Sora's gonna go to find Kairi and bring her back. Very interesting for what we have here.
Roxas, shield.
And I think this is gonna be an alternate take on like, the Syax boss fight of, like, playing as the Sea Soul Trail. I'm really looking forward to that one. It's gonna be amazing. And this has been kind of bugging me. Like, before I continue on, this has been bugging me. I think Riku's eye color is changing a bit. Like, if you look at his eyes, they look more like hazel kind of eyes. And, hang on, we need a good idea of the screen. Like, a good angle of his original eyes. Okay, that's not what I was aiming for. Go back slightly. Go back. Ah, here we go. Like, if you look at his eyes, they're normally, like, sort of an aquamarine kind of color. Like, sort of a greenish, bluish. But if we look at his eyes now, they're more of a hazel. So I'm wondering, is Riku slowly going back into darkness a little bit, or could this maybe be something else, like just sort of a minor interchange? I'm not certain. And the scene,
are you sure
of, like, with Riku and Aqua.
Yes. But don't worry. I'm not alone this time.
I'm thinking that maybe Aqua is now stepping up in Master Ericus's role as sort of the headmaster. Like, I can see this scene as sort of being for where she, Terra, and Ventus, like, return to land at departure. However, now they're going to be changing it up a bit for where now they're going to be sort of like the headmasters and sort of train, like, a new generation of Keyblade wielders to sort of, like, carry on the legacy. So I think that's what the scene is going to be playing out. And Aqua is stepping up as sort of like the leader.
You yourself will vanish from this world, and without your powers, you can't return to the world you came from.
Oh, Charity's little warning. This could be like his way of telling us that what's gonna happen happened to Sora towards the end of the game. It's just like, without his power, he's not gonna come back. So maybe this is now telling us of what will happen towards the end. And this is definitely something that a lot of people are really shocked by.
Like, is any of this for real? Or not?
And I cannot believe that this skipped my mind, but that's supposed to be a quote from the very first KH game. Which I am thinking about doing a reboot on that one. With the new gameplay mode and everything. But, anyways, back to this. So, at first, I couldn't fully tell who this character was, but now that we look at it, it's not a clear image, but this is supposed to be Yozora, or from Verum Rex, from the Toy Box. And in the epilogue, like, these bonus epilogue from KH3, we do know that, that Yozora is supposed to, like, come into the KH storyline, like, sort of for the next series. So, this could be, like, a, sort of, like, an Easter egg of, like, what the next game is supposed to be revolving around. Like, I can kind of see Yozora as he could either be from, maybe, like, a parallel universe from, like, the KH storyline. That sounds kind of ludicrous, but he does kind of look like Riku. Well, like, when we think about it. So, I think Verum Rex could be starting up for, like, a new storyline. Like, maybe Yozora could be a future Keyblade wielder, or could maybe have powers not exactly like the Keyblade, but with powers similar to that, and sort of revolve around his own adventure, as well as his own, like, his own team of combating against his own enemies. So this could be like showing up as like the Easter egg for that, of like their hearts are connected, and they somehow, I don't know, like maybe cross dimensions or cross worlds, and like they meet each other before officially on to the next storyline. But either way, it's very intriguing of where this is gonna lead. And that's the end of that. So yes, there we go. January 23rd, 2020 is when this DLC is gonna be releasing. Yes! Yes, I cannot wait for that. For it to come out. So, like I mentioned again, when the DLC releases, we're gonna be doing KH3 gameplays are gonna be returning onto the channel. I did keep saying I was gonna go back to Proud Mode, but honestly, at this point in time, I've kind of lost interest in that, so I might just go ahead and delete that game file. Well, and now that I think about it, because of these additional cutscenes and the way how some of these boss fights, like some of these gameplay modes might play out differently, depending on how they're gonna be releasing, like, the DLC, I might have to once again reboot the series, like a new gameplay and everything. Again, depending on how this comes out. If this just comes out normally, like I don't need to do, like, an entire, like, replay the story again. We'll just go ahead and keep on with the gameplays that we've already done on, like, standard and critical. If it is a reboot, we can reboot the series, or at least edit enough to where it shows, like, the new stuff, so that way we're not just, like, repeating ourselves over and over again, because that can get a little bit tedious. Like, it can get predictable and a bit boring. Right. But either way, I'm excited to see of how this DLC is gonna, this DLC is gonna be in store. So it's gonna be amazing. So that's it for this video of analysis and predictions, excluding reactions, because we didn't really do that. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So all in all, again, I'm very excited for this. And as I mentioned a little bit earlier, I am thinking about going back to Kingdom Hearts 1, but I might go ahead and start up a new game, because since it's been a while since I've really touched that one, well, a majority of the KH games, I might just go ahead and start on a new game on a different mode, every mode and everything, so that way we can get some stuff done. But first, I am gonna go back to Subnautica. In fact, today's video was supposed to be Subnautica before I found out the official trailer itself has been released. So once I'm done with Subnautica, with both versions of Subnautica, we'll go ahead back to the PS4 and reboot reboots Kingdom Hearts Final Mix. But either way, this is gonna be amazing. Amazing. So, if you guys want to check out this trailer, or like the official trailer itself, I will include a link into it in the description below, so you can check it out. If you want to play Kingdom Hearts 3, I'll include a link to the Square Enix store in the description below, so you can check it out, as well. As well as some of my Let's Plays that I've done on the KH series, including some of the LEGO showcases that I've done around Kingdom Hearts. But anyways, if you guys would like to see more videos like this in the future, be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications. It really helps us work on Let's Plays, LEGO projects, or man, that have some fun. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, hit that like button, comment below what you think, share it to your friends, subscribe to YouTube, follow me on Twitch. And here's a half of the road. Ow! Woo! Thank you guys, and I'll see you next time. Ready, Ice Moon Rises!